into anything with all of our guests, I like to just get a better sense of who you are, where you come from, the early life, where you grew up, and what brought you here. So.
Sure. So, born in Chicago, May 10th, 1938.
Wow. You look great.
Moved to LA when I was 10 years old. Grew up in the city of LA for basically my whole life. Currently, I live in Manhattan Beach, California, paradise.
Yep.
And went to school locally, went to UCLA, graduated with a degree in accounting and marketing, went into first finance, and then I migrated to leadership. And I spent the bulk of my career in leadership in a variety of roles in companies as an advisor, served as a CEO, as you said, for a couple of publicly held companies, some private companies, a lot of entrepreneurial companies, in between startups and Fortune 500s. There were a lot of those companies. And we focused on strategic planning, cultural health, cultural diversity, leadership. And then magically, I discovered my purpose, writing.
Wow. How old were you when that happened?
Probably about 60.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah. Took a little while.
Yeah. So what was it that triggered that? What was
I realized, first of all, I love writing.
Mm-hmm.
And I never saw it as my full-time occupation because I was always doing these other things, which we'll talk about more, because I didn't have a plan. I focused on comfortable survival. Early childhood beliefs played out in my adult life, which we all do. That's very common. It's the way our brains are wired. And so I realized that I loved writing, and I came to believe that I could reach more people with what I had to say, what I thought was my gift, to change lives. And I could reach many more people by writing than I could by consulting or advising. So I said, okay, from this day forward, I'm a writer.
So when did you write your first book?
2012.
And how long did that process take?
2 years.
Okay, wow. And did you, because they always say everyone's got one book in them, right? But you've done 3.
Yeah.
So did you have an idea what your first book was going to be? Did you have a kind of an inkling there?
Well, it was called Brand Illusions, and it was written as a fictional story of a company in transition looking for its brand, its identity. And so I developed the characters and told a fictional story about this company's journey. And at the end, of course, happy ending, they discovered their purpose.
Wow.
And they built a culture around it. So that was the first book. Second book was based more on my consulting activities. And I had my co-author was my partner in my consulting group, Axis Group, Jason Thompson. And so wrote Mastering Your Balance. And that was a process by which companies could discover the elements of balance, practice them, come into alignment, and begin to achieve goals beyond their imagination.
Wow.
And that led, based on my wife's inspiration, she said, your next book has to be about people. It can't be about companies, because everything you say in the book you just wrote also applies to everyday lives of everyday people, and you need to address them. So I did, and you have it in front of you.
Yeah, awesome. So this one was written. When did you write this? Very recently?
Yeah, this came out in March or April of 2025, this year.
Okay, awesome. So are you? Obviously, I'm going to put the links below where you can purchase this from. Is this available online or?
Online, Amazon.
Okay.
So I'll put all on my website, BillLeider.com.
Yeah.
Plug. And so it's right now. It's available in Kindle and paperback.
Perfect. So are you still consulting today, or are you kind of full time on
I
the
am.
writing?
I have a few, remnants of consulting clients, but I focus full time on writing. That's what I want to do. I mean, I can. There's temptations to get drawn back into advising or coaching, which I don't want to do. I want to write.
Good man. All right. Well, I'm excited to read this. It's definitely on my on list of reads. I've got an Audible stack, but this is going to top of that because, like I said, I think perfectly you've kind of come into my life in this episode today at the right time. So I've been stuck for years. I would say before I had kids, and since I've had kids, it's given me a more sense of purpose. I've kind of found my passions like this, but there's a lot of times, I'll ask this question of what's next. And,
Yeah.
we were just talking there where I was grabbing my coffee about time, and my biggest enemy is time. And
Sure.
one of the things you just said there was off camera was there's no such thing as when people say they don't have enough time. Much of your work begins when I was reading on your website and things like this. I noticed most of the work that you do is when people kind of everything looks good on the outside, but something's not quite right on the inside.
Yeah.
How do you notice that with?
Well, it's not an epiphany. It's a slow process, and you first you look outward. What does society think you should be doing? What do your friends and family think you should be doing? What do your shareholders think you should be doing? And you do those because that's your job. And you've got all the trappings of material success. You've got the house, you've got the car, you've got maybe multiples. And somehow, the more you get, the less satisfied you are. How many houses can you live in at one time? How many watches can you wear at one time? How many cars can you drive at one time? So there's this burn, and it starts slowly. And you finally come to realize everything I'm doing produces what other people think I should be doing, but they don't provide fulfillment. I'm just not fulfilled. What's missing? How do I find that? And you have to go inside yourself to do that, which we talk about at length in the book. And I think, what differentiates this book, this is not a plug, it's just a reality.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a plug too. There are exercises in every chapter that help you discover what's missing. So when you come to this realization, you're focused but lost. You know that what you have is not what you need, but you don't know what you need. That's that in-between stage that you talked about.
Yeah.
That's a great place of discovery. People are often afraid of that, but it's really exciting. It's very exciting because you get to go on this journey of exploration to find out, who am I? And how did I become who I am? And there we get into the whole neuroscience of identity and the stories that manifest within us that are really born in our youth, our young ages, and they just take on, they take control. And you don't even know they're taking control. You just do what you were programmed to do. Now, here's the beauty of and the magic of neuroscience. You can change your beliefs. But to do that, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. When did that belief become real within you? What triggered it? Who was there? Who told the stories?
Does it start slowly, or is it
slowly?
Yeah.
And it comes about through reflection. Reflection is magic.
Yeah.
But you have to allow the time to do that. And it's not linear. It's not like you sit down and say, okay, today I'm going to reflect. It doesn't work that way. experiences will come up. You can be in the middle of doing something else. You could be washing your car, and all of a sudden you have a flashback to when you were 7 years old. It was already there. It was always there in your subconscious. And then you start reflecting on a particular belief that you have about yourself and about other people. And you say, how did that come about? Who told me that? So using myself as an example, horrible example, but you know, when I was 7, I learned from dear old mom that I was not good enough to do anything. I should just keep my head down, obey orders, do what I'm told, try to get a good job, raise a family, and that's life. That's it. And the best you can do is survive. Well, I didn't like that. But I lived with that unconsciously for 50 years.
Wow.
50. And then some things happened, caused me to reflect. And I said, you know, I don't believe that. I can do more. I never had the confidence to do more. I always found a way when I was on the edge of success to sabotage myself, to do something to sabotage myself.